And the second is called detachment. Detachment. That is, when your five senses are negative poles receiving the impressions, you should know the art of detaching the objects from the senses. And detaching the mind from the reports brought by the senses. The mind should detach, just as you cut with a blade a piece of paper separately. You should be able to detach the impressions brought from outside, so that you begin to shine out from within. You should allow the fellow who is inside to shine out. So, detachment. Then how to do it with the conscious mind is the question. People are generally unwise in practicing detachment. We should be careful here. Suppose I have great anger and irritability. I should get detached. Then I close my mind and think of getting rid of the anger. We should not do it. Because we are meditating anger. You see. Suppose I have something low and undesirable. I want to get rid of it. If I think of getting rid of myself, I am thinking of it. So the mind is playing a trick upon us. So here, Master CVV has given a peculiar mantra in English. Trick the trick. That is what he has given. It's a wonderful process. So you have to play a trick upon the trick of the mind. This is exactly a meditation he has given to be done during a particular stage of practicing this second one, detachment. That is, you should grow passive towards the environment. Passive.
Passive.
Passive towards the environment. That is, you make passive your curiosity. The curiosity should go from the mind. Ignore curiosity. That is, suppose there are 10 people gathered on the street. We feel like knowing what it is, generally.
But this passivity, that gives us then to understand the quality of the other.
No. By observing yourself, and whenever there is a disturbance outside, you should grow passive of it. That is, you should ignore it by thinking of your self-awareness and observation.
But then the quality of that other can come to me.
When you are aware of yourself, it cannot come to you.
No. But if this is passive, then that can come.
Yes. Therefore, in your habits and social life and daily routine, you should create gradually, day by day, circumstances when you are free from such onslaughts. That's why the friendships and the acquaintances with persons are also to be observed carefully. And people who are overcritical
Yes.
and essentially negative and very strong likes and dislikes, you can just leave them off without discussing with them and try to just avoid them. And within a few days they don't find anything attractive in you, they'll drop off. That is the way.
Yes.
When they have nothing attractive with you, automatically they'll see you for 1 year or 2 years, then they'll drop off. In the meanwhile, you grow passive by observing yourself and locating yourself in a place and a position and a town and a city or village like that. Remove the body from place to place, experimenting in a very passive and safe place where you are not exposed to the direct onslaughts. Because objectively they are inevitable, subjectively you can avoid them. From the objective world, circumstances are inevitable. But you should be able to pull yourself away from the circumstances and put yourself in another place, another position. While doing so, subjectively you be detached. Suppose two people are talking there. My mind very much wants to know what it is. Stop it.
Yes.
That is what
Exactly.
is.
Yes.
That is what is detachment.
Yeah.
Suppose after a conference or a lecture, I may very much wish to know the opinion of Kumar, how the conference is, how I spoke. Suppose I spoke in the lecture. Afterwards I come to you and ask, how is my lecture? That should be detached. I make some work and ask you your impression how it is. That should go away.
Yes.
Because we should do the best of what we do.
And then it's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That like that, at every step we have to practice detachment. Suppose there is some loss in money, financial. Okay.
Okay.
Because
But this is the same. If there's no desire to meet a leader or a teacher or a guru or a master, if there's no more,
yes,
then the master can come. If there's the desire, it cannot come. This is
that's
exactly
it.
the point.
That's it.
Yeah.
So these two things are to be carefully and artistically applied by the conscious mind, the lower mind. So we have to give these two duties to the lower mind, so that the lower mind is engaged in the process. This process makes the lower mind disappear. Actually, it is to be done with the help of the lower mind, but this process makes the lower mind absorbed. So this is abhyasa and this is vairagya. This is called vairagya in Sanskrit. That is detachment. And we should be careful sometimes while practicing detachment. Some people suggest us that you should leave your people like that, father, mother, and go away to the forest. That is a negative understanding of detachment. That is abandonment, which is wrongly understood as detachment.
Therefore, people very often go from here to India.
Yes,
It's not true, because as a disciple he has to work in Europe and not in India.
Yes. When we are expected to work in some place,
Yes.
what is the good of our mind desiring to go to some place?
It's not the result, then he cannot help.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our desires should be gradually neutralized with these two attitudes.